It is increasingly clear that the IDF is facing a new challenge, not from guns or from terror tunnels, but from the power of a simple cell phone camera. Shai Ben-Ari shows us how the Israeli army continues to adapt to the social media age.
The rise of social media in the 21st century has made conflict, war, and strife more visible than ever. But are these images an honest reflection of reality? In Israel and the West Bank, where practically every street and building is fitted with security cameras, and where almost everyone carries a smartphone, little goes unnoticed. Aidel Tamimi, a 16-year-old Palestinian girl, was filmed earlier this month while trying to provoke an Israeli army officer. She was eventually arrested days later and has since become famous around the world, even as she remains in Israeli custody. She's expected to eventually face charges. The use of her video on social media is among the issues being examined, according to her attorney.
Police are saying that Facebook Live actually is a stronger form of incitement because they can actually bring people to commit offenses when they were shooting the film. But that will open up questions like, is a reporter filming live any kind of demonstration or protest or whatever, are they also liable of any crime?
We are under occupation. This is the normal react against occupation. I am proud of what my daughter do. I am so worried about her because our enemy is not a human.
But many have in fact pointed to the humane conduct of the Israeli officer, with some even criticizing it. Professor Asa Kasher is the author of the Israeli Army's Code of Conduct.
If a girl just talks to you, shouts at you, screams at you, you can go on accomplishing your mission, that's no problem. But the moment she touches you, that's an interference. That's a point where the reaction should have been different. What would have happened in the street if it were a police officer? The streets of Tel Aviv, the streets of whatever, New York, LA, London, or Paris. I mean, within a minute, she would be on the ground with her hands cuffed by the officer, taken to custody.
One criticism heard in sections of the Israeli right is that incidents like this one and others project a lack of Israeli deterrence. Not everyone agrees, though. Dimitri Emanuel is an officer in the Israeli border police.
Deterrence comes through professionalism, not through raising your hand against a child or a girl, or putting on a tough guy face or putting out some video.
Other videos found online show Israeli operations in a much different light. For the past 10 years, the B'Tselem organization has been running its so-called camera project, through which cameras are distributed to Palestinians in the West Bank, so that they can document what the group calls the routine of occupation. Hundreds of these videos have been posted on social media accounts. The most famous one, from March of 2016, captured the shooting of an already disarmed Palestinian assailant by Israeli soldier Elor Azaria.
Unfortunately, a lot of those visual materials are cut, and unfortunately, they are put out incorrect, indirectly, and are misleading the public in many ways.
Major Almog Halevsky is an Israeli army officer who has served for years in the West Bank.
We wouldn't speak about this 5, 6, 7 years ago. As a company commander, I wouldn't say to my soldiers, be careful that it doesn't go up on Facebook or look out for people filming. If we manage to neutralize some threat, but the surrounding circumstances are such that they create a new climate which can actually inspire a new attack, then we haven't really completed the mission.
While there is certainly more footage and more images out there than ever before, it seems the overall picture remains incomplete. Shai Ben-Ari, I-24 News.